let's get this started. If any one of you has attention span issues, you can feel free to click off this video and watch something else like Cocomelon or whatever suits you. But let's get this video started. The Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra has been released and it feels like a goddamn mixed bag. Because honestly, this is what I feel like. I talked about it a lot. I talked about this phone a lot. I have been glazing this phone for the past three something months. All right, not even 3 months, more like 6 months. I have been waiting for this phone to release like endlessly. I have been waiting for it, and they come up with a re-release. I would call this phone a re-release. The Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra got re-released as the S25 with like rounded corners. We liked rounded corners, alright. They were not that bad, alright. Pointy corners hurt my hand a lot when I was holding the phone, so they redesigned it, called it an S25 Ultra, and gave it to us. And this time, they just changed the camera plateau and gave it to us and called it an S26 Ultra. Let's talk about the main thing that everyone else is talking about, the privacy display. We saw it coming. I talked about it. Everyone talked about it. The privacy display is something I call very innovative, but executed in a very uh, not bad but not good way as well. But it wasn't executed in the way it should have been executed. Think of it that way. Like, there are pixels in your phone. The normal pixels in your phone are wide, all right? So that's why you have different viewing angles. If your display is right overhead and if you're watching it from overhead, you'll still be able to see your display, all right? You'll still be able to, because your pixels, the light spreads out wide. But now Samsung has these narrow pixels which shoot directly upwards into whoever is looking into the screen, and it only shows that, all right, instead of the widened pixels. So that way, when you're viewing your screen from an angle, you won't be able to look at it and the contents of it. It's really cool because it happens at the pixel level, which means you can add certain apps to which it turns itself on. For example, if you have any messaging app, for example, you're texting someone on Insta or WhatsApp and messaging app, it will, the feature, the privacy display, it will turn itself on automatically. Or if you're entering a PIN or a password, it will turn itself. Or if the notification pops up, it will turn itself on, which is okay, really cool. I like that. I like where we're going. But there's always a but. The resolution drops down drastically when you turn that feature on. Not just the resolution, but the brightness as well. And for someone who's looking into this display and who's used to pixel peeping, you can really tell a difference if you're used to doing that. The resolution drops, the display gets a little dim, not too dim, but slightly dim to a point that a user like me will be able to tell a difference. Not a normal user to that extent. They will be able to, tell there's some sort of, thing going on with the screen, but they won't be able to, actually identify what's the problem. And along with that, uh, somehow, while having the privacy display feature off, the screen is less brighter than the S25 Ultra with its viewing angles and with its brightness as well. And I have no idea how is that possible. Maybe because there are less pixels, the less wide pixels. That's why the viewing angles are different this year. Maybe that can be the thing. Other than that, Samsung finally did it. Chinese phones have been doing it for years and years, and absolutely years. But Samsung just finally figured out what 10-bit color was and actually, added that to their phones. Congratulations, Samsung. I'm so happy. I'm so goddamn happy. We finally made it. We finally discovered what 10-bit color is. And the Pro Scaler actually, a wider range of colors. It sharpens the video and stuff. It's really good. The design of the phone feels absolutely the same. We changed absolutely nothing, and the camera plateau is something different. It's slightly buzzed outwards. It's something different. It's totally something different. The phone is slimmer. It's 7.9 millimeters. Well, what a flex to have in front of your iPhone users. My phone is 7.9 millimeters thin. But who asked? Forget about the slimmer phone, forget about the camera, forget about the design, everything. Why is Samsung not coming out with fun smartphone colors. I remember Samsung was known for their bold colors, with their flagship phones. What happened to that Samsung? Did we lose that particular Samsung? What happened in the process? Did we? Every phone is either black or gray or white. What happened to the fun colors? We used to have a lot of fun colors. Where are they now? You're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe this. But Samsung dissed titanium, and now it has an aluminum body. God damn! Like you know when when the iPhone 15 rolled out and Apple was glazing itself like, oh my days, we came up with a phone that has titanium, and Samsung just copied them in like a month, 3 months actually. When in January the phone rolled out, the S24 Ultra, and Samsung copied them. Like, and now they got rid of it. The second Apple drops titanium, Samsung gets rid of it. Why? Let's talk about cameras now. Because that is the most talked about thing. In every phone release, the camera is the same, the resolution is the same. That's it, folks. That's it. Call it a day. We out. I know the cameras have the same resolution, and it's basically the same camera, and it's basically the same sensors, but it's wider aperture now. Which means the cameras, when you're taking photos, it's going to capture in more light, and it's going to be better for night mode photos and night mode videos. And throughout the tests that I have seen online, it is slightly better. I wouldn't say it's like a huge bump, but it's just slightly better from what the S25 Ultra was able to capture. Other than that, they came up with this new thing called horizontal lock, which is that when you're, shaking around your camera while filming a horizontal video, the video will automatically adjust itself and remove all of the wobbling in the video and come up with a horizontal video which is crystal clear and perfect without any shakes in the camera, which is again innovative. I like that. I like where we're going. Now let's talk about the photo processing because Samsung worked out on that again. We heard that in the S25 Ultra release as well. We're gonna hear it again. The photos turn out to capture more detail, which is true, and they are not that harsh on the skin tone now. They're very soft on the skin tone. They make it look better instead of goddamn applying a whole beauty filter over your face. But no, it does it well, captures the detail well, and it's really good compared to what it was last year because I felt like my face was just getting brightened for no reason. I didn't even ask for it. Why is my face so bright? And that same processing is still in the selfie camera, which is an insane improvement. I'm proud of you, Samsung, for doing that. Not just, doing it on the main sensor or just forgetting about your selfie sensor. You didn't forget about your selfie sensor. I'm proud of you. Here's the pat for you. Let's talk about the processor for a bit. Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 made for Samsung. That's a mouthful. And 20% faster. It's nothing special. Honestly, it's nothing special. The camera is nothing special. The chip is nothing special. Maybe the battery is going to be something different. The battery is totally going to be something different. It's 5,000 milliamp hours. The same that was in the S20 Ultra and the S21 Ultra and the S22 Ultra and the S23 Ultra and the S24 Ultra and in the S25 Ultra. And every other Chinese flagship comes with 7,000 milliamp hours plus. But there's a good side. Samsung finally added 60-watt wired charging, which means in 30 minutes your phone can go from 0 to at least 70%. And that's a stable 60 watt. It's not an unstable 60 watt. It's a 60 watt, which is stable, which is good. 77% in 30 minutes. Again, a good step. And 25-watt wireless charging. We finally have 25-watt wireless charging. Let's go with no magnets. Like, I swear to God, I this is so annoying. Every time I had to charge my Samsung phone, I had to play a game of guess where the goddamn wireless charger is. And why can't we just have magnets? I'm sick and tired of buying cases with magnets in them, knowing those cases cost me like $2 max. Why can't you guys add like magnets? It's gonna be less than like 50 cents. Many men. And last but not the least, let me tell you about the pricing this time. Uh, so the S26 is priced at exactly $900. You heard me right, $900, with the base storage being 256 gigabytes. Good. The S26 Plus, for some reason, is priced at $1,100. Why? And the S26 Ultra is priced at the same $1,300 as last year. We don't see a price bump. We don't see nothing. But it's still, valid. I respect that. I let that slide. But why is the S26 Plus priced at $1,100? I'm really disappointed in the Samsung flagship release this year. I was really looking up to it for a whole year since the S25 rolled out. I was so mesmerized by how good the S25 Ultra was. I was like, okay, Samsung is gonna bump it up a notch next year, and they absolutely didn't, and it sucks. Either way, peace out.